differentiated or divisible into two types. The first is known as simple type of epithelium and the second one is known as the compound type of epithelium. The simple type of epithelium and the compound type of epithelium. Now question arises here, why the epithelial tissue is further divisible into or differentiated into simple and the compound? According to the name, the simple epithelial tissues are simple in organization. It is very simple. These tissues are simple in organization and the compound tissues are complex, just complex than that of simple one and hence known as the compound type of epithelium. The examples of the simple type epithelium show some characters. In case of the simple type, the cells are arranged in a single layer. The cells are arranged in a single layer. There are no more than one layer present in case of the simple type of epithelium. But in case of the compound epithelium, the cell layers are two to many. These layers are arranged one upon another and to form the compound structure and hence another compound type of epithelium. Compound type of epithelium. For example, the squamous epithelium, the cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated epithelium, glandular epithelium, sensory epithelium, and the germinal epithelium. These are the examples of simple type of epithelium. And in case of the compound epithelium, the stratified epithelium and the transitional epithelium are the examples. But when we consider the first, that is the simple type epithelium, look at this. When we consider the first, that is the simple type, and the first example in the simple type, that is known as the squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium. Now, the each and every type, in case of the simple epithelium, then we consider in four steps. First step is the diagram of that epithelium. The second step, the structure of this epithelium. The third step, the function of this epithelium. And the last step is the location of epithelium, means where they are present, what type of function is carried by the tissue, what is the structure of tissue, and what is the diagram of tissue. In case of the squamous epithelium, the cells are hexagonal like this. The cells are hexagonal or the flat cells or the polygonal cells like this. These cells are polygonal. These cells are roughly hexagonal. These cells are placed very close to each other, generally without intercellular gap. And such cells, that is the polygonal cells, the flat cells, these cells show the large rounded centrally placed nucleus. Large rounded and centrally placed nucleus. As well as the each cell is externally bounded by the cell membrane. Cell membrane. This cell membrane is the outer boundary of cell. The cell membrane, and this cell membrane encloses the liquid part of cell. This liquid part is known as the cytoplasm. This liquid part is known as the cytoplasm. In cytoplasm, there is only one rounded, dark, prominent The cells are arranged in single layer. There is no cell present one upon another, and hence they are simple type of epithelium. And each cell shows two surfaces: the upper surface and the lower surface. In this epithelium, the cells are arranged in this way. They are placed edge to edge and from the continuous surface. Looks like a tiles of footpath. Tiles are, and therefore scientifically, if the cells are arranged in such a way, they show the continuous surface. Look like a tiles of footpath. Such arrangement or the such tissue is known as the pavement. Such type of arrangement is the pavement type of arrangement, and hence the second name of the epithelium, the squamous epithelium, is the pavement type of epithelium. Now, the cells show the two surfaces. The upper surface, the superior surface and the inferior surface, upper surface and the lower surface. Basically, the lower surface resting on the membrane, and this membrane is known as the basement membrane. This membrane is known as the basement. Now, this is the structure. Now, we have considered the function of the function of such epithelium. The main function of such epithelium is the protection, because they regime or they are present on the surface of any organ, maybe outer surface, maybe inner surface, and therefore they need for protection, and the supportive functions are the absorption, transport, filtration and the secretion. These are the main functions of squamous epithelium. For example, they protect, whether they are present on the superior or the outer surface or the surface of any organ, and hence they protect the underlying tissues, they protect the underlying structures, they protect the underlying parts from external environment in variety of ways. And therefore, this is the main function. This is the very important function. The secondary functions are the absorption, because this membrane is the semi-transparent, or it allows some material flow inside the organ or outside the organ. Therefore, they are meant for the secretion, absorption, transport, filtration, etc., etc. And such type of epithelium is present particularly in case of the blood vessels, the alveoli. Now, these are the locations of the squamous epithelium. The walls of the blood vessels, that the alveoli of lungs. The other location is called the coel. That is called the COE. Now, another so many locations are there, but very important locations are the locations for under consideration. That is called the blood vessels, alveoli, and so on. Even the blood vessels are the pipes, or these are the tubes of the circulatory system through which the blood flow takes place. The second location is alveoli. What is the alveoli? The alveoli are the structural units, the small units of lungs, where the exchange of gases takes place. And therefore, the lining of alveoli is lined by the squamous epithelium, and according to function, this squamous epithelium allows the flow of material, allows the flow of, that is the gases, the oxygen from atmospheric air diffused into, and the carbon dioxide from the blood diffused out, and this therefore they are present in alveoli, as well as in case of human body or in case of animal body. So many body cavities are there, known as the coelom, and this coelom is internally lined by the squamous epithelium. Now, this is the first type of epithelium. And we consider The another example of another type that is the simple epithelium, that is the cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal, C-U-B-O-I-D-A-L, epithelium. Again, this epithelium, then we consider that we understand in 4 steps. The first is the diagram, the second is the structure, third one is the location, function, and the last one is the location. Now, the cuboidal epithelium structurally differ from cells because this epithelium is made up of the cells showing cube-like structure like this. Cube-like structure. Again, it is a simple type epithelium, single layered epithelium, and the cells are cube-shaped. That means the height and the width generally same. In such epithelium, only one cell layer is present. This cell layer resting on the membrane, and this membrane is known as the basement membrane again. Basement. In case of the squamous epithelium, in case of the cuboidal epithelium, again the large nucleus present at the center. This nucleus is surrounded by, that is the cytoplasm, like this. So this is the nucleus. This one is the cytoplasm. This one is the basement membrane. And again the cells show the two surfaces, the upper free surface and the lower, that is the fixed surface, fixed on the basement membrane. Similarly, the function of the cuboidal epithelium is the absorption and the secretion. But the location of this epithelium is different from squamous. Therefore, such type of epithelium is present in the lining of pancreatic duct. Now, this is the location. Lining of pancreatic duct. Lining of pancreatic. Now, this is the first location. The second location is the salivary duct. Salivary duct. Another familiar location of this, that is the PCT and the DCT of the nephron. That is the PCT and the DCT of the nephron. Now, here we consider, here we explain one by one in details. The first is the lining of pancreatic duct. You know what is the pancreas? The pancreas, it is the mixed gland. What is the pancreas? The pancreas is the digestive assistant. This pancreas is present at the junction of stomach and intestine. And the function of pancreas to produce some specific enzymes, some other secretions which helps to digestion. And particularly the exocrine part of this gland produces some secretions from the pancreatic juice. This pancreatic juice containing number of enzymes. These enzymes are responsible for the digestion of food material, and therefore it is required to release such secretions in the part of small intestine known as the duodenum, and for this purpose the gland bear a duct, a tube, a canal, and this canal is lined by the cuboidal epithelium. The second location is the salivary gland. You know very well the salivary glands. The salivary glands are the accessory digestive glands, and these glands are located in mouth cavity of human. There are 3 pairs of glands. These glands secrete the saliva. The saliva contains an enzyme known as the diene of the salivary amylase. This salivary amylase is responsible for the digestion of starch in mouth cavity, and it is required to release this acetylene on the food material in mouth cavity. The salivary gland bear a duct, and this duct again lined by the cuboidal cells. This is the second location. The third location is very important. That is the lining of PCT and the DCT. What is the PCT? What is the DCT? This is the part of Bell cells. Because the part of the PCT and the DCT are the parts of nephron. The nephrons are the structural and functional units of kidney. But when we consider the nephron, the part of nephron next to the Malpighian body, that is the PCT, means the proximal cannulated tubules. What is the DCT? The distal cannulated tubules. And these two tubules are internally lined by the same epithelium, the cuboidal epithelium, and therefore these are familiar locations of the cuboidal epithelium. Now, it is very simple, but the locations are very important. Because the pancreas is very important gland in case of the digestion. The salivary glands are also important in case of the digestion. The PCT and the DCT are the parts of nephron, again very important in case of the kidney, where the filtration of blood takes place and the formation of urine takes place. Next to the cuboidal epithelium, the third type of simple epithelium is there, again present in all vertebrates, known as the columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium. Again, this columnar epithelium can explain with the help of diagram like this. According to the name, this columnar epithelium is made up of some spatial cells. These cells are different from the squamous epithelium, the cuboidal epithelium in structure. That is, the columnar epithelium is made up of the tall, pillar-like, elongated cells. These cells show the differences at the free end and fixed end. Basically, these cells are narrow towards the lower end, towards the basal end, while they are wide, they are broad toward the free end. This is a very important character. This is a very important feature of the columnar epithelium. Basically, the cells are tall, no doubt. Basically, the cells are elongated, no doubt again. Basically, the cell shows the free end, the posterior end, free end, fixed end, and the lower end, the narrow end, again resting on a non-cellular membrane, and this non-cellular membrane is known as the basement membrane. Known as the basement membrane. When we consider the free end, towards the free end, they shows a finger-like, very small microscopic structures, and these microscopic structures are known as the microvilli. These structures are known as the microvilli. The microvilli are the finger-like structures. And in case of the columnar epithelium, the oval nucleus is present towards the lower end or towards the lower half of the cell. Try to understand what is the difference in the shape of nucleus from squamous epithelium to the columnar epithelium. Not only the shape, its location is very important. In case of the squamous epithelium is present at the center. In case of the cuboidal epithelium, it is again present at the center. But in case of the columnar epithelium, the nucleus is not present at the center. It is just shifted towards the lower end, not exactly towards the lower end, but it is present at the middle. Between the middle of the cell and the lower end of the cell, not only the location, the shape of cell, the shape of nucleus is again different. It is just over. It is just over, and this nucleus surrounded by the liquid material, and this liquid material is the cytoplasm. This liquid material is known as the cytoplasm, and the lower end resting on basement membrane, and when we consider the function of the columnar epithelium, the main function of columnar epithelium is the secretion and absorption. Secretion and absorption. Now this is the function of the columnar epithelium. Now consider the locations. Their locations are very important. Locations of the columnar epithelium, particularly it is present in the lining of intestine. Lining of intestine. The next location is the gallbladder and the gastric glands. Gallbladder and gastric glands. Now, what is the lining of intestine? Nobody knows. The intestine is a part of digestive system where the maximum absorption of content material takes place. And for that purpose, the lining of intestine is lined by the columnar epithelium, because this epithelium develop or this epithelium bear the microvilli-like structures, and these microvilli-like structures increase the surface area for the absorption of wanted material. Absorption of wanted material, and therefore they are mainly present in the lining of intestine as well as it is the gallbladder. What is the gallbladder? Nobody knows the gallbladder. It is the part of liver. Nobody knows the liver is multi-purpose gland. The liver is the digestive accessory gland. The liver is the largest gland in human body, and this liver, in case of the digestion, secrete the bile juice, and this bile juice before release in intestine stored in a pouch, and this pouch is the gallbladder. And this gallbladder is again lined by the columnar epithelium, and the gastric glands are present in the stomach of human, and these gastric glands are responsible for the secretion of different type of secretions which are useful for digestion process. For example, the digestive enzyme and hydrochloric acid. And therefore, there is a very important location concerning that regarding columnar. Now, today we consider the three types of the simple epithelium. First one is the squamous epithelium, second one is the tubular epithelium, and the last one is the columnar epithelium. Then we stop. Thank you.